Hello again, fellow virtual consultants. Thank you for joining us for part 2 on our series on layoffs and why, if you have recently experienced a layoff, are concerned about potentially being laid off now or ever, or just in general, why we believe that you should start your virtual consulting business now so that you don't ever have to be concerned about a layoff. You have a safety net, you have a fallback, and or you can grow into a virtual consulting business where you don't have to be worried about a layoff, as you can be your own boss and you're not dependent on any company and the whims of any company or an employer as to your uh, income. So again, in part 2, we will share with you how you're not alone, how many people who are laid off go on to start their own businesses, and that's very common. So again, you're certainly not alone, and that should give you some support. We'll talk about taking the plunge, starting a small business after a layoff, and in this case, starting a virtual consulting business after a layoff, and also starting a business after you've been laid off. And we'll step through some of that process in part 2 on our series of layoffs. And again, reasons why you should start your virtual consulting business now. So let's get started. If you have not already seen part 1 in our series on layoffs and why layoffs mean you should start your virtual consulting business now, we would highly recommend that you also view part 1, which you can find a link in the description box below to part 1 and all the parts of our layoff series. In part 1, we talk about how layoffs and mass layoffs are not exclusive to 2022 or to tech companies, that pretty much any industry, any company, if you're employed by such a company, you could be at risk of a layoff at any time, and how there are things you can do after a layoff. So if you're currently experiencing that, or when you do, we'll explain some things that you should do right away, some benefits of being laid off, why getting laid off may be the best thing that ever happened to your career, and why we believe whether you have been laid off or you feel that you may be at risk of a layoff now or ever, or irregardless, we think you should start your virtual consulting business now so you're not dependent on any other company. You can be your own boss. You don't have to fear a layoff, and you have a sense of security that you have a business that you can either fall back on if such occurs, and or you can grow your virtual consulting business to be your own boss and not have to fear layoffs. So again, we would recommend you also view part 1 in this series on layoffs, and then we'll continue to help you start your virtual consulting business now. So to show you that you are not alone, if you've been laid off and you're thinking about starting your own business, starting your own virtual consulting firm, we wanted to share with you some highlights from this article. And I'll put the link to this article in the description box below from tech.co. And their headline is almost 25% of laid off tech workers start their own business. And again, it is our hope that if you are laid off at any point, that you will at least consider starting your own business, starting your own virtual consulting business. So again, you're not dependent on a company or an employer for your livelihood, for your income, and you can fully realize your potential by starting your own business, starting your own virtual consulting firm. We can see in this TechCo article that which was done in 2022, October 2022, they surveyed 4,000 laid off tech workers, and they revealed that a remarkably large portion start their own business shortly after being made redundant or being laid off. And we saw in part 1 the huge number of tech companies that are laying off in 2022. Also, others have taken advantage of video conferencing and other remote collaboration tools to offer flexible work arrangements to retain the best talent. Those workers unfortunate enough to be shown the door have decided now is the right time to become their own boss in spite of the difficult economic climate we're currently living in. And again, we hope that you will take this opportunity if such an unfortunate event occurs to you to take the opportunity to become your own boss and start your own virtual consulting business. So their survey shows of 4,188 respondents, 1,007 started their own company post layoff. An important point is these people that started their own business, founded their own business, reported making about $13,000 more per year on average than they were making at their previous job. So again, it's not even just a security aspect of starting your own virtual consulting business. On average, people make more money by operating their own business. So millennials saw the biggest change in their wages after starting their own companies with an average bump of over $17,000, while Gen X saw an increase of about $6,600 on average. In terms of motivation, they looked at why do so many tech workers decide to start their own business. Main factors are professional growth and development. And again, this gives you the opportunity to grow and reach your full potential in whatever direction you wish to. Money, again, we just saw that on average, starting your own business, people make a significant additional money. Desire to create something new, and again, you get to set your direction. You get to leverage your creativity and go in whatever direction you choose without being restrained by a boss, a company, an employer, and where they want you to go. 23 admitted their main motivation was difficulty getting hired by other companies after being laid off. And again, this if you start your own business, you have the flexibility that an employer may not understand your skills, experience, and the value thereof, and you can realize the benefit of all your skills and experience by starting your own business, starting your own virtual consulting business. We can see that this survey showed that the majority of businesses started by recently laid off employees were launched within a year of their departure from their previous place of work. 30% of the fledgling business owners said they started their company within 6 months of being made redundant, being laid off, and a further 40% kickstarted their self-employment within a year. And in terms of raising capital, a large percentage of respondents reported they were supported by friends and family, so 72%, 71%, and only 38% had an angel investor. I suspect that you have probably had ideas and always wanted to start your own business and had ideas for a business for yourself. And here's the opportunity, whether you're currently recently laid off or at fear of it, but now is the time to, again, start your own business, start your own virtual consulting business so that you can also be quick out of the blocks if something like that should happen. Some of the challenges pointed out in this article for starting your new business from this survey is this survey found that choosing the right technology was the most common challenge for new businesses, with 53% mentioning it, even higher than funding, 43% time, 41% cash flow, 40%. And they say it's hard to know what technology is right for your company. Commonly held perception is that software and services genuinely make a difference to a small company's top line are generally very, very expensive, but that's not necessarily the case. And I would argue that there's plenty of free software out there, free software as a services out there, other services, etc. And I would highly recommend at least starting your business without expending capital. And as you'll hear in subsequent videos on steps for and recommendations for starting a virtual consulting business, how we believe you should minimize your capital outlays at the beginning. Again, there's plenty of free software, free services out there that you can leverage. If you need any assistance in identifying a good cost-effective option, be it software, services, etc., please contact us. You can put comments in the description box below, through our free Discord, through our Facebook group, through our social media, and on the About page on the Virtual Consulting Firm. Again, if you're looking for software and that's your challenge for starting your new business, your new virtual consulting firm, your new virtual consulting business, let us know how we can help, and we'd be happy to assist you as we are able. So hopefully in this quick review of this TechCo article, you can see you're not alone, and that also there are some significant benefits. In addition to the job security of running your own business, your own virtual consulting business, you can see you have the opportunity to also make more money, have other benefits, be more creative, realize your full potential, etc. So again, you're not alone, and there are significant advantages to starting your own business, starting your own virtual consulting firm, your own virtual consulting business, whether you've been recently laid off, at fear of being laid off, so that you're ready to be quick out of the blocks if such a thing should happen, and or as a safety net, sense of security should you ever encounter a layoff. So again, many benefits to starting your own business, starting your own virtual consulting business now. Don't wait. Start your virtual consulting business now. So once you've decided to take the plunge, we also wanted to start your own virtual consulting business, start your own business. We wanted to also share with you some tips from this article from AmericanExpress.com, and I'll leave the link to this article in the description box below, on starting your small business after a layoff, starting your virtual consulting business after a layoff. So I'll let you read this article. They talk about that, a layoff can be stressful and discouraging, etc. And many people choose that opportunity to start your own business. And again, we'll talk about some tips. Again, they point out it may never seem like the right time. Getting laid off can be a blessing in disguise, because it gives you the opportunity to launch your own business. And again, you probably had ideas. You probably always wanted to launch your own business, start your own business, had ideas for your own business, and now may be the best time to do that. And again, you might realize you never really wanted a job anyway, and you don't like the insecurity as you've experienced, and a job is never truly secure. So also, office politics, other things you don't like about being reliant on an employer, controlled by a boss, etc. So again, a lot of benefits from starting your own business, starting your own virtual consulting business. Truth is, you have skills and experience and talents and resources that you can draw upon to make a living, create a better life than any one job can provide. And I think that's a critical point, and I hope everyone takes that to heart, is you have skills, experience, talents, and resources to make a better life for yourself by starting your own business, starting your own virtual consulting business, and it'll be a better life than any job can provide. So starting a business, a virtual consulting business after a layoff, might be just the right way to do it. So again, we'll review some of their tips on how to start a business after losing your job, or any time. Again, you don't have to have experienced a layoff, have lost your job yet. You can start these steps now. Therefore, you have the security, and you're ready should this ever occur. And then when you're ready to take the plunge, it's your choice. You're not at risk of someone else deciding when it's the right time for you. You decide when it's the right time for you. Okay, the first tip in this American Express article is to check on your unemployment benefits. Most of the time, if you've been laid off, you qualify for unemployment. And again, this is a recommendation that if and when you are ever laid off, you begin the process to claim your unemployment benefits as soon as possible. Again, it won't be your full salary, but it will give you some income for some period of time. That'll give you a little bit of a security, a safety net while you ramp up your virtual consulting business, increase your income from other sources. And again, that way you can get your business up and running before your unemployment runs out, hopefully. And again, start that process now. It is can be a lengthy process. There can be a waiting period. Again, we talked about this also in part one, so you can refer to that discussion also in part one of this series on layoffs. The next tip in this American Express article is to look at your existing skills and resource. So sometimes you'll have more success by building a new business off your existing skills and talents. So ask yourself, some of these questions. What are you already good at? What do you already love to do? What have you already been getting paid to do? How can you adapt your skills and talents, the things you love best about your old job, into a new line of work? Maybe you had a job in human resources. You can start a new business as a recruiting consultant. Again, this is a good example of a consulting business. Maybe your old job was in software development, and you can do that as a new business for corporate clients, even potentially some of your previous clients with your previous jobs. And again, great example of a virtual consulting business and software development, consulting business or professional service business. Again, good examples of virtual consulting businesses. And again, these do not require a lot of startup costs. In fact, there may be really no outlay of capital you need to start such a virtual consulting business. So again, look at your existing skills and resources, catalog, ask yourself these questions, and so you can start the type of virtual consulting business that you're going to really, truly love and succeed at going forward. This American Express article also mentions the tip of making a business plan, and we'll go through their tip, and then I'll give you some of my opinions, recommendations in regards to business plan. But they say before you start investing lots of time and energy in a new business, take the time to write a business plan. It's good exercise to go through to help you clarify your business ideas, specify your target markets, figuring out how you're going to find customers, compete with established businesses. Your businesses should have some other companies already in the industry doing what you want to do. It's a good sign that a market exists, lots of customers willing to pay for the product or service you offer. You might also reevaluate your idea, find a lower cost version of your business before launch. They talk about a restaurant, food trucks, etc. And again, these are brick and mortar type businesses that may have a significant capital outlay. In my humble opinion, in terms of starting a virtual consulting business, although this exercise, I agree, is good to clarify your big business idea, identify markets, products and services customers are willing to pay for. I wouldn't, wait to invest a lot of time and energy up front to do a formal business plan before you get started with your virtual consulting business. I would recommend that you start your business now, take your idea. You can work on your business plan as you go along, pivot, make corrections, updates, etc. If and when you're ready to do a more formal business plan, or if you need assistance going through the process of creating a business plan, feel free to contact us at the virtual consulting firm, at the VCF, through any of our social media, through our Virtual Consulting 101 YouTube channel, the free Discord, Facebook group, etc. We can help you with actually going through the process of creating a business plan when it is appropriate and when you feel that you're ready to do that. But again, asking these questions, thinking about these topics is always of value, but I wouldn't wait to get your virtual consulting business started until after you have a formal business plan. Start your virtual consulting business now, and again, when it's appropriate and you're ready to create a more formal business plan, feel free to contact us for further assistance. The next tip in this American Express article is to start with your inner circle. every business lives or dies by word of mouth marketing. Get people to start talking about your business and referring customers to you. It's often the best way to get your company up and running. If you're starting a business after learning your job, the best way to supercharge your marketing is start by talking with your inner circle of contacts, colleagues, and friends. And again, if you're part of one of these mass layoffs, you're not alone. There's a number of other people, and you can start letting them know what you're going to do, and they can tell you what they're going to do. Again, you can encourage them also to start a virtual consulting business. You can talk about collaborations, possible referral opportunities, etc. They recommend making a list of 10 or 20 people you know and trust and believe in you. Call them, set up a time, meet with them, have lunch, have coffee, etc. And again, if they're also part of some kind of mass layoff, you can tell them what you're doing, what you've learned, and assist them, and you guys can work together, collaborate, etc. Ask for contacts and referrals. Who do they know that might be interested in your products or services for your virtual consulting business? And you work the network from there. Maybe one of these contacts, you ask them, who do they know, etc., and you grow that network out from there. So again, they're recommending, you tell them, here's your business idea. They know and trust you. Ask for referrals, introductions, ask if they'd be willing to introduce you to certain people or help spread the word. And again, every person you talk to, you ask for the same type of thing. Who do they know that might be interested? And then who do they know that might be interested? And again, you can very quickly grow this network into a very large customer base. So again, start with your inner circle and grow it, one contact at a time, and you'll find you have a very large potential network. So in conclusion, they say, it's never easy getting fired, getting laid off, but again, this may be your opportunity to become an entrepreneur, start your own business, start your own virtual consulting business. And losing that job is the best thing that ever happened, is going to be the best thing that ever happened to you. So again, take that encouragement. If you've been laid off or risk, at fear of that, just realize this could definitely be the best thing that ever happened to you, because now you finally have the impetus to get out of the rat race, get off the treadmill of traditional employment, start living life on your own terms, running your own business, running your own virtual consulting business, and making a better life for yourself. So again, great opportunity, and again, take control of your life and start your virtual consulting business now. Okay, I also want to share with you the tips in this Zen Business article titled Starting a Business After You've Been Laid Off. And again, I'll leave the direct link to this article in the description box below so you can read it in more detail. But again, here are additional tips for starting a business after you're being laid off, or just in general, starting a business or virtual consulting business. I think there's some useful tips in this article that hopefully you will also benefit from. So what type of business should you start? Well, from this article, they say the first thing you want to do is what are the best business startup ideas for you? Most people decide to leverage existing skills and experience to create a consulting or freelancing business, again, a virtual consulting business closely tied to your old career. For example, if your previous job was in marketing or IT, you can build a business around providing those services on an individual basis, and often at a more cost effectively than with a large corporation. So typically this approach is the easiest way to go about starting a business. Alternately, you may want to use your recent unemployment as an opportunity to start a business in a totally unrelated field. So was there always a different field, industry, skill that you wanted to do? Well, here's potentially your opportunity. Motivation, you need to be motivated, so you need to be passionate about whatever area that you go into. Again, a layoff or losing a job can incite unprecedented levels of motivation and productivity. If you feel like being laid off was a wake-up call, you need to start following your dreams, then use that motivation to start a totally new endeavor. Regardless of what type of company you create, just remember passion will only get you so far. Ultimately, your new enterprise is going to be successful. It needs to provide a good product or service that is valuable. So, again, something that people will actually pay for. Don't just follow your heart. Be strategic and carefully consider all the options when starting a company. So, how do you get your business off the ground? So, once you've decided on the type of business you want to start, the next step is to learn how to start a business. In the U.S., you can get free one-on-one help from the Small Business Development Centers and SCORE chapters located throughout the country. Additionally, the U.S. Small Business Administration provides a number of tools for emerging entrepreneurs, including tips for starting and managing your company, as well as information about applying for loans, grants to service seed money, etc. Also, early on, you'll need to make a business startup checklist, and you can see there are links for these that you can explore in further detail via the link to this article in the description box below. And this business startup checklist includes the items you need, tasks you need to complete to launch your business, includes entries such as computer supplies, office location, business phone line, registering a business name, etc., setting up a website, social media accounts. Most of the other major questions you'll need to answer involve finances. You'll need to make sure you have enough money to start your company. Initial startup costs takes a little bit of time for many small businesses to become profitable. By going into business for yourself, you and your family will need to accept the fact that there might be some lean days in the immediate future. Before getting too far down the road on your new business, you'll want to talk to an accountant. Not only will CPA help you to better understand the financial ins and outs of the business you're about to start, but he or she can also provide invaluable advice about the taxes that will eventually rise from your new endeavor. It's wise to invest in small business accounting software. For many startup services, businesses, and freelancers, inexpensive accounting and invoicing software. They reference a couple types. Or if you're watching your budget, again, budgeting software. So again, they make a couple recommendations in those regards. Again, if you need any assistance, we have experience working with the SCORE chapters, working with the SBA, etc. If you need any assistance with getting your business off the ground, please contact us through the virtual consulting firm, the VCF. You can contact us through the virtual consulting YouTube channel, Virtual Consulting 101, via our free Discord, Facebook group, social media profiles, and the About page on the VCF.com. And again, we can help you with any of these steps with getting your business off the ground and share with you our experience. And again, although they are recommending a number of steps, including getting software, etc., I personally recommend that you just get started right away. And some of these, like a CPA, etc., yes, you will need to address that at the appropriate time. Step one is to start your virtual consulting business now, start selling, start generating revenue, and then some of these accounting and tax, etc., will become more important as you get your virtual consulting business off the ground. So the next section of this Zen Business article talks about what if your business fails, and I will go through their highlights of their text and then talk about, I don't want a fear of failure to prevent you from starting your own business, starting your own virtual consulting business, but we'll see what they have to say first. So you need to go in with your eyes open, and that's definitely true. Fact is, most small businesses fail, which is true, but even if your new company never turns a profit, it can help your career in the long run. Also, I'll talk about some additional benefits From just having the business, after going into business for themselves, many workers re-enter traditional corporate world with a new set of skills that are highly desirable by employees. By running your own company, you're gaining invaluable experience in marketing, sales, finance, and management, all that can translate into necessary skills in virtually any business setting. So again, you're going to learn a lot about business, a lot about how to operate a business, interact with people, technology, etc., just by going through the process. So there are benefits, even if you do happen to, quote, fail. I wouldn't consider it a failure. Again, you're learning invaluable skills and experience by going through this process. So it would be of value just to go through it, even if you eventually end up back in the corporate world. And again, you may go through many cycles of this in your career where you're in the corporate world for some period, then you start a new business and take that business wherever it goes, and then you may go back to a corporate job at some point as your situation changes over the course of your career. And many entrepreneurs create their companies with the knowledge that they will only be temporary. Job searches take 6 months to a year. Again, your business, your virtual consulting business can supplement your income while you're looking for a new job if you choose to do that. Also, while some may look down on the 6 months or so spent freelancing, again, I believe, others will respect the hard work and ingenuity to run your own company. Explaining your freelancing or consulting business is easier than explaining a glaring gap in your work history. So again, that's an important point, is that you don't have gaps in your employment history because they're being filled with a company that you founded and ran yourself. And being able to list yourself as a founder of a virtual consulting business and list that you have, skills with starting, running, operating a business, doing consulting, managing other people, etc., teams, etc., is our valuable skills and experience. Starting a new business isn't easy. And the aftermath of being laid off can be particularly trying. It can be stressful, the income, etc. However, if you have the motivation and financial stability, creating your own business, even on a temporary basis, can be beneficial. Plus, in the event that your new enterprise is wildly successful, you can work for yourself indefinitely and never have to worry about getting laid off again. And that's the point of our series on layoffs, is if you start your virtual consulting business, get it up and running, whether you're already laid off, at fear of being laid off, or eventually you can leave that corporate job and work for yourself indefinitely and never have to be laid off again. I also wanted to reiterate the point that I don't want the fear of failure to prevent you from starting your virtual consulting business now. There are additional benefits. As they pointed out, you're going to gain invaluable experience. You're going to grow your skills that you can add to your resume. These freelancing jobs, consulting gigs, etc., are all skills and experience. Also, you're going to add to your network. You're going to meet new people, potential clients, and you never know where those might grow your virtual consulting business into something very successful. So again, you don't have to work for anyone else ever again. Or it could turn into a job opportunity, a job offer from one of these clients. So again, there are so many potential benefits from starting your virtual consulting business now. Don't let that fear of failure prevent you from starting. Just start and start reaping the benefits, even if you eventually end up back in a corporate job for some period of time. If you'd like more information about how to get started with a virtual consulting business, we have a playlist titled How to Get Started with a number of videos with additional information on how to get started as a virtual consultant, additional ideas for your virtual consulting business, reasons why you should start your virtual consulting business now. We'll be adding more videos to that playlist. We also have many other videos on our Virtual Consulting 101 channel. That again may help you get started, grow, and succeed in your virtual consulting business. So again, we hope that you'll choose to subscribe to our Virtual Consulting 101 channel. view the videos on how to get started with your virtual consulting business, and hopefully you will start your virtual consulting business now. So hopefully again in this video, part 2 on our series on layoffs, we've given you plenty of reasons and motivation for starting your virtual consulting business now. We talked about how you're not alone. You have many people are laid off, and when they're laid off or at risk of being laid off, they start their own business. So you're definitely not alone, and here's potentially your opportunity. But again, you don't have to have been laid off. You can start your virtual consulting business at any time, and therefore you don't have to be at fear of a potential risk of being laid off. You can get the security of having at least a safety net of your virtual consulting business as a fallback, and or eventually you can grow that into your own self-employment, your own entrepreneurial venture, and then you don't have to be dependent or at risk of the whim of any company, boss, employer, the economy, etc. And you can work anywhere, anytime, however you want as a virtual consultant with your virtual consulting business. So again, hopefully we provided you with plenty of reasons why you should start your virtual consulting business now, whether you're currently laid off, at risk of being laid off, or not, and many tips on how to get started taking the plunge, starting your small business, starting your virtual consulting business, and again, many tips on how you can start doing that now. So we hope this all helps. Please let us know if you have any questions, would like any further assistance in regards to starting your virtual consulting business now. You can put that in the comments below in our free Discord and our Facebook group. Contact us via social media, also via our homepage at the virtual consulting firm, thebcf.com. So again, let us know if you found this information helpful. If you have any questions, comments, etc., please let us know. How else can we help you start your virtual consulting business now, grow and succeed with your virtual consulting business? We hope this all helps. Good luck and have a great day. This video and the Virtual Consulting YouTube channel is powered by the Virtual Consulting Firm. Please also visit and follow us on social media via the links that you may find on our About page. In the top right, you can link to our Virtual Consulting homepage. You can follow us on Twitter, LinkedIn, etc. You can also find our web hosting company. And if you scroll to the bottom, you'll find additional links to some of our other social media sites, our Facebook site, our Instagram site. Also, we hope you will join us in the Virtual Consulting Facebook group, where we can discuss any topics and you can ask any questions related to virtual consulting, and we'd be happy to help you succeed in your virtual consulting business, get started, and succeed in your virtual consulting business. And also our Pinterest, and again the web hosting company that we use for our homepage. So again, we hope you will also choose to follow us on our social media sites, visit us, let us know what you think of all this, how can we help you. We hope this all helps, and have a great day. We would also like to cordially invite you to join us in the new Virtual Consulting Community Discord server. You should be able to find an invite in the description box below, and or in the link section on our website on the Virtual Consulting Firm homepage, which you can also find a link to in the description box below at thebcf.com. And again, we'd like to invite you to join us and discuss any topics related to virtual consulting, etc., any help that you would need in the Virtual Consulting Community Discord server. It is free to join. Again, any topics you want to discuss, any help you would like to have to succeed in your virtual consulting business, we can discuss those topics there, and hopefully our fellow virtual consultants will help each other out and mutually benefit from participating in the new Virtual Consulting Community Discord server. So we look forward to seeing you there. Again, you can find an invite in the description box below, in the About page, of our YouTube channel in the link section of our homepage, thevcf.com. And again, we look forward to joining you in the Virtual Consulting Community Discord server. Thank you. Please help us be able to continue to produce frequent quality content to help you learn how to get started and succeed in virtual consulting as a virtual consultant by supporting virtual consulting via our Patreon at patreon.com/virtualconsulting. Again, this is totally voluntary. If you would wish to provide us with your support, we would greatly appreciate it. You can see you can receive additional benefits, and we hope to be able to add additional benefits to each of these membership levels, any of which you may choose. And again, we'll be adding additional benefits to each membership level as we are able. So again, if you're able to help support us in being able to produce frequent quality content and additional benefits for our Patreons, we hope you will choose to select a membership in our Patreon at patreon.com/virtualconsulting. We thank you for your support. Good luck and have a great day. Thank you for watching our video to the end. We hope that you liked it. Please smash the like button to help the YouTube algorithm share our videos with more of your fellow virtual consultants around the world. Please share this on your social media and with your other virtual consultants around the world. If you're not already subscribed to our virtual consulting YouTube channel, we hope that you will choose to subscribe, and please hit the bell icon to be notified as we release new content. Please provide us with your feedback in the comments below. Let us know how we can help you be more successful as a virtual consultant, get started as a virtual consultant, and be successful in your virtual consulting business. Again, thank you for watching our video to the end. We hope this all helps, and have a great day. If you like this video, we hope you will choose to subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking on the box in the upper left-hand corner. You can watch another video like this by clicking on the box in the lower right-hand corner. And we have a whole playlist of videos like this that you can access via the box in the upper right-hand corner. Our latest video is available in the box in the lower left-hand corner. We hope you like this and have a great day.